Greetings and welcome to another exciting adventure of the Planetary Persuader. This is for August 9th, 2019. And so what do we got? Well, we've got a moon in Sagittarius. And the part of Sagittarius that the moon is in, I believe, is still in the nakshatra known as Anurata, which is ruled by Saturn. Its ruling deity is Mitra, the god of light. And the thing about Anurata is, like, it has this ability to make friends in all kinds of places, and it likes to live in multiple different locations if possible, like, so, you know, foreign countries or different cities. And so that's kind of Mitra's gameplay. You know, it's a game player, and and there's a lot of strength and commitment because the Mars rulership of Scorpio and then the Saturn rulership of the nakshatra, they work out together, and that's it. And that's how it goes. So if you look in the constellation of Scorpio, that's where you're going to find the moon today, if you're looking in the sky. Okay? Now, if we're talking seasonal tropical astrology, we call this a Sagittarius moon. But if you looked at Sagittarius, that's not where the moon is at, you know, and that's why I acknowledge the sidereal part, because why the heck talk about stars if you can't look at them where they actually are? Okay, so with that said, there's some things that happen this week. We've got a full moon on Thursday, 5:59 a.m. in the morning, and it's 22 degrees 24 minutes Aquarius in tropical astrology, which means it's actually the tail end of Capricorn in the actual sky in the nakshatra known as Dynista. And Dynista is ruled by Mars. This is like the flip side of the other thing. It's ruled by Mars, but it's also two Saturn ruled signs rule it, Aquarius and Capricorn, because it's half in Capricorn, half in Aquarius. So it's kind of like we're ending the week the way we started it. But Dynista is a really neat, unique attribute of music. So Wednesday night will be like the big full moon into early Thursday morning, and you'll be feeling it. And yeah, it's going to be all about Dynista. So what a great night to play music and to feel the love, so to speak. So this weekend, the moon will be in Sagittarius Friday, most of Saturday. Saturday night at 9:50 p.m. moon goes into Capricorn. It'll be in Mula Nakshatra, and that's how most of Sunday is going to be as well, although it will move into the other nakshatra of Purvashada, which is really victorious. And the cool thing about the victory day moon is that day, this Sunday, Jupiter goes direct. So on the 11th at 6:38 in the morning, Jupiter goes direct. We also have Mercury moving into Leo that day. So we're not being all, oh, you know, so touchy-feely Cancerian in our words. We're Leo. We're bold. We'll say bold things, you know, like President Trump. No, it's just like such a bold thing to say. And you know, he doesn't owe anybody anything, so I guess that's part of the appeal. You know, it's like a banana peel. It's easy to slip on. All right. That's enough of that. Now we're going to go sign by sign, starting with Aries. So greetings, Aries. Welcome to your horoscope. Let's see. Is Mars is moving this week, isn't it? No. This is the last week Mars is in Leo. So you've got this extra energy to be creative. Sun's in Leo. Show your heart, you know, be there, be full of yourself in your heart. Venus is in Leo, so, you know, and in the 5th house. So love is fun, you know, flirting is fun, meeting people is fun, being creative is going to be more fun. You're going to get things done. And everything's going to come to the light in a good way. You'll be more clear and forward in your speech, and your good fortune is better now that Jupiter's in your ninth house, moving direct, at least by Sunday morning. So it's a win-win, all around win-win. We love our win-wins. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay then. All right. Okay, so greetings, Taurus, and welcome to your horoscope. So, no, nothing's really stable. Everything's kind of shaking up, but you like stability because that's the nature of your sign. You tend to be this stable character. Venus is in the fourth house, so Venus is in the house of home and mother, fixed assets. I mean, so here's a little trippy thing, buying the luxury car. This is something that a Taurus might do right now. It's like, oh, I'm going to get myself something really luxurious, or add on an addition to their house, because this is also a good time to work on real estate. Fourth house deals with fixed assets. It's also, sprucing up the house, honoring your mother. But like, I think of vehicles, especially with Mars having transited and transiting the fourth house. So, you might have, while Mars was not, was in the third, you thought, oh, it's breaking down, and now it's like, oh, I'm getting a new car. All of a sudden, I'm like, that doesn't always happen. You might be fixing the car you do have, or you're selling one of it, and that's earning you money. And, loving your parents, paying tribute to your ancestors. It's not a bad thing. We can work with this. We can do this. I love how this week really ends the sun going through the nakshatra of Alesha, and so by the end of the week this week, after this full moon, sun's going to be like in what they call the Gandanta, the knot, before it gets into the fiery, sidereal Leo, and that'll make next week, oh, so much more fun. Trust me. Yeah. But yeah, everything's starting to come together now. Everything's really moving the way you want it to. Well, greetings, Gemini, and welcome to your horoscope. So, for Gemini, we've got Mercury moving into the third house. That's got to be great, right? Because your communication gets better this week. And there's very little residual left over from that shadow period of Mercury. I mean, there's a little bit, but that's all woohoo. Things are moving forward. You're picking up the pieces. You're doing better, and relationships get better because Jupiter's direct. So especially for female Gemini, your husband's doing what you want him to do now, or your boyfriend, or your boyfriends, because, Geminis are, there's always, they always have like one eye on each other person, Love their friends, and so in the work situation, you're trying to have a spiritual vision, something that reflects something more fun, something bold, and, overall, I mean, this is a romantic weekend for you. So, especially Friday and even Saturday, especially the morning. It's a good time, and they say, I heard Saturday morning is one of the best times to do a first date. Oh, you can't make this stuff up. There's less pressure, I hear. Okay. Greetings, Cancer. Welcome to your horoscope. So Cancer, here's the bad news. You lose Mercury. You got to lose Mercury to Leo. But here's the good news. Mercury in your second house can bring wealth. It can bring money. And the Sun is there, and Venus is there, and Mars is there. And it's like you might just make it rich this week. You might strike a bargain. The other part about this is second house is also family issues. And second house is also where you find your voice. So you just, you might get a little bolder in some of the things you say, but I think it's all about family with you anyhow. So, and it might be on the physical nature, working on your neck or dental work or, You know, maybe even just a new pair of glasses. You know, that could happen too. All of it. I'd just be open to all these ideas. Moon in Sagittarius, I mean, it's fine and fun, you know, but by Saturday night when it goes into Capricorn, it goes into the 7th house. So it could be all lovey-dovey and woo-woo by Sunday. And also your health could improve with Jupiter going direct in the 6th house. Wouldn't that be nice, huh? Okay, greetings Leo, and happy birthday to all my Leo friends. Welcome to your horoscope. So what do we got going on here? Well, we've got Sun, Mars, Mercury, Venus, all piling up in Leo. And then Jupiter's direct in the 5th house. So it's like, how much fun can you handle? How much of a good time can you take? Because things are about to get really good. Yeah, I know, sure, you get a little bit of grief from Saturn and the South Node being in your 6th house. That's a little bit, though, because, you know, the thing is that malefic planets like Saturn actually function better in houses like the 6th, the 8th, and the 12th. So, I mean, it's not going to be that bad. If you just keep it on the practical level, take practical steps with everything, things are going to improve. You know, and that's why I'm like thinking, oh no, it's going to be great. And you could even be romantic and fun. Romantic and fun. Remember fun? I mean, Friday could be very romantic. Even part of Saturday could be. And even later on in the week with the full moon, that could be very romantic too. Because the full moon, you know, Wednesday night, Thursday morning, that's in Aquarius. So that'll be in your 7th house. So that's going to be fun. So it's just fun, fun, fun. Fun until your daddy takes your T-bird away. Fun, fun, fun till your daddy takes your T-bird away. Okay. Greetings, Virgo. Welcome to your horoscope. You didn't know I could do that, did you? There's a lot of things I can do you don't know about yet. Okay, so Virgo, this is a different week for you. And like I said, you're still in the shadow period, you know. You're still, Sun's making the 12th house transit. So in a lot of ways, all this karma is stacking up. Venus, Mercury, Mars, and so there's the lover, there's the secret enemy, there's the weird information from a dream, there's you just want to be in your soul and do soul work. I want to hide in the ashram this week, or go to the monastery, or backpack somewhere, the high lakes, so they, you know, where never is heard a discouraging word. And that's good. I mean, going to an exotic location, hanging out in a place you've never been to before, that would be good medicine for you right now. You got a lot of karma to deal with. And I mean, if you just want to hang out in your bedroom and pray for people, that'll work too. And, you know, and you may hang out in your bedroom and be preyed on by other people. Well, you know, I mean, sometimes they say the 12th house can be the bedroom or the pleasures of the bed. I hope that's what it is for you. Anyhow, Jupiter and the moon in the 4th house this weekend. So you start out, I'm feeling better, you know, the soul work. And then you kind of, then the moon on Saturday night goes in your 5th house. And you're like, I'm actually thinking I could have a little fun. Just a little bit, you know, and so things get kind of fun. Sunday, Monday, you're like, okay, all right. And then you realize by Wednesday, it's like, oh my gosh, there's a lot of work to be done. I've got to do this work. I have to get it going, otherwise it's all going to go. And that kind of culminates in the full moon, and then you're like, oh, well, I'm glad that's over with. And then, who knows? Maybe a relationship starts showing up after that. I've got it on radar for you, you know. Maybe after the 21st or something, but something you might just encounter somebody where things are just beginning to percolate. But just remember, Virgo, danger Will Robinson, you don't know where you're at right now. This is 12th house transit, everything. Is it a mirage or is it an oasis? We don't know. Okay. Well, hello, Libra. And welcome to your horoscope. So, what do we say about this? Well, you know, Venus now in Leo. that's the party. And you know, your 11th house is full, so that's what's going on. You're in a big party, and you know, older siblings and friends of your boss's friend who wants to hire you at their job and get you out of this. Yeah, you know, they're always smoozing up to you, making it go. And then there's Uranus in the 8th house, and so there's some unconventional sexual behavior too that could be part of the picture. And then Jupiter in Sagittarius, it's like your friends and your younger siblings are doing better now with it direct. It's pretty good. All right. Moving on over to Scorpio. Greetings, Scorpio. Welcome to your horoscope. So, well, now is when you get all the job offers. You're like, you know, where were you people a month ago when I really needed the money? Hey, you know. No. Well, I mean, I'm grateful. Thank you. Thank you for coming through with the money. You know, thank you for coming through with the opportunities to perform, to show my art, to show my creative prowess. This is great. I mean, pressure's on. It is, you know, Leo does square Scorpio, and the thing is that Leo is really good at big picture productions and stuff, but Leo's all over the place, and you're a little more concentrated, and you're like, okay. And then you also have this depth thing going on, this intuitive, psychological trip that, you know, makes everything a little bit more thrilling, exciting, and perhaps mysterious. So you're adding a little bit of that to the mix as we go this week. And then there's like this full moon. It's going to be in your 4th house. So you're really feeling emotional and moody. You're going, oh my God, what am I going to do? And then after it's over, it's like, by that night, by like, you know, Thursday night, you're like, I'm ready to break out and have fun. And okay, break out and have fun. You know, that's the deal. All right. Greetings, Sagittarius. And it's like, so all good news for Sagittarius. You know, Jupiter's in the 1st house. It's moving forward now. Everybody's happy. They're relieved. And your good fortune is good. And then there's all these planets in Leo, which falls in your 9th house of good fortune and travel and education. And so some of you might go back to school. You never thought you would, but you're like, no, I got to do this. No, I'm doing this. I'm getting this degree. I'm going to work this new job. I'm going to make it happen. I've got a goal. I'm setting myself on it, and it feels good. And then, you know, some of you are like myself, or you feel psychologically blocked, but even that might just lift up. You're like, all of a sudden, you're like, gosh, I'm not blocked anymore. I can do this. So there's this sort of can-do feeling. And also there's like rewards. There's luck. And, I mean, would this be a good week to play the lottery? Probably. You know, do it today. Do it now. No. You know, cakewalks. I like cakewalks. You know, you're much better winning at a cakewalk. You know, if you don't know what a cakewalk is, you should look up cakewalk. Cakewalks are fun. Yeah, I know, not a dirty cakewalk. I mean, that's how did that happen? Well, you know, you are Sagittarius. You go everywhere, so it doesn't really matter. All right, greetings, Capricorn. Welcome to your horoscope. You know, all this Saturn stuff, it's been real. You know, that's what everybody says to a Capricorn. It's like, it's been real. And, you know, the thing I find about Capricorns is they're always questioning whether they're real, and they're afraid people will find out that they're not. And then it's like, oh my God, I'm wearing a mask. To fit in, to utilize it, to be appropriate for this situation. I am not a crook. When a hard-headed woman gets a soft-hearted man. Yeah, no, they're odd people, the Capricorns. I love them, though. I can't help but love them. So Leo is indicative of the 8th house. There's a lot of heavy-duty changes, sex, death, other people's property. And, you know, I might have said this or alluded to it last week, your boyfriend or girlfriend, your spouse's success is eminent. They're doing great. That helps. And the thing is, if you're in trouble, ask people for help. That's what I said last week. I'll say it again. You can get help from other people. And that's the good gift of this particular transit. I mean, you're not like super great friends with Jupiter, but you have some respect for it. You know, it's the next slowest moving planet after all. So it's got a little bit of wisdom. It's got something to show you. And it's giving you a little bit of good karma, to be honest with you. Oh boy. Okay. Greetings, Aquarius. Welcome to your horoscope. And here we are again. So this full moon is about you. Yeah, you. Oh, it's about time. Things are good. I mean, you're like the ultimate last of the red hot lovers. And it's sort of like people want to be in relationship with you. So you have all these planets filling up your 7th house right now. And in some ways, it makes it worse because there's all these distractions. It's like, oh, I want something sweet and lovely. Ooh, I want something exciting and dynamic. Oh, I want something witty and intellectual. Oh my God, I want something that's soulful. And so you're going to have to choose. You're going to have to choose. And then there's Uranus in the 4th house, and you're like, nothing really feels right. Everything feels like it's about to explode. It's like somebody trying to, have a bunch of glasses on a table with a tablecloth, and then you're going to remove the tablecloth, and everything's supposed to stay perfect, but it doesn't. It's that kind of feeling, and you're the person with the tablecloth right now. You're going, I don't know if I'm going to pull this trick off. That is the feeling right now. But you got a lot of love. And you gotta love getting the love, feeling it, receiving it, basking in it, and then the full moon's all about you. And this weekend's a real social weekend for you. You're gonna have some fun. I would suggest going home early Saturday night and laying low Sunday and Monday, and then rage on with the full moon when Wednesday happens, and Wednesday and Thursday you can rage on. Okay. Well, greetings, Pisces, and welcome to your horoscope. It's the end of the world as you know it. No, seriously, I'm just yanking your chain here. I mean, right now you've got a lot of responsibilities, and getting organized is probably the #1 thing because you're two fishes going in two different directions. So this is my words of wisdom: is get organized. And if you have guests from out of town coming, uncles and aunts, just be as nice as you can. If your pets need to go to the doctors, you take care of your pet. And if you can't afford it, I know some of you will euthanize them. And that's unfortunate, but sometimes that's the reality. It's like, it's not, your love for your pet doesn't always match your pocketbook and the amount of suffering that they're going through. People at work. I mean, some are bad, some are good, and so you have to just take the good with the bad. And I think one of the things I've learned from nonviolent communication is you ask people what their needs are. It's like, hey, are you feeling like you need something? What is it? That kind of thing. Requests, it's observations and requests and feelings are different than thoughts. You got to get that done, and gratitudes too, thank yous, and all those things come together in a wonderful tapestry of better socializing. But you got to pause and think about things so you just don't get in the habit of just spewing out like you normally spew, like I just did with you earlier. But yeah, you've got the spiritual view of the world. Your work situation should be getting better in some ways, largely because of Jupiter in the 10th house. And Jupiter in the 10th house is going to ease the health issues that you're having in the 6th house. You're getting some support now from Jupiter, and it should be good. It should be helpful. And, next week, things are going to move in the 7th house. You're going to be interfacing with whatever is an obstacle or whatever looks delicious and wonderful to you and enticing. And all these things, are going to happen. And, so there's going to be some endings and beginnings next week. But in the meanwhile, enjoy that full moon in your 12th house. You'll probably give you wild dreams. And by the end of the night, Thursday night, moon's in Pisces, and it'll be all love by next Friday, and you'll be feeling it again, and that's how it works. And folks, thanks for being with me again. Once again, I say I love your comments. Keep them coming, and share it with a friend. Share it on your Facebook page if you can. If you need to get a personal reading from me, find out about your rising sign, your moon, especially if you're interested in some of the sidereal Vedic astrology and some of the deep mystical truths. I am so happy to do that for you. And, you know, I might want something from you. But I would like to say it's going to be worth it. So, thanks again. I'll see you next week. Kozmic Kev, Planetary Persuader.